Jeez, it's been a long time.
It's flown by.
Yeah, it has. It's been way too long to do Ducks for Dummies.
I think so. I feel pretty stupid right now.
So you gotta tell me what. We're gonna hit Ohio State again.
I know.
I mean, this is.
We have them. It's going to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
January 1st. They want payback.
Oh yeah.
And it's interesting because I've been looking some stuff up. Everybody's chirping right now. I mean, Ohio State bring on Oregon. Okay.
Yeah.
And Oregon, they've just been waiting. I thought Tennessee was a heck of a lot better than they were. They got blown out.
Oh man.
That wasn't even a showing. I mean, realistically, Tennessee to me looked like Indiana. And I don't know if the SEC is down this year, but it sure looked like it.
It was crazy. I watched the game and it got to halftime.
It's a blowout.
Started putting their second string in.
It's crazy.
Okay, I'm done watching.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tennessee came back. I mean, what did they get to 10? They got 10 points. What was it, 21-10 at halftime? So, I mean, it was still within reach.
Right, but
once the third quarter started,
it was over.
2 series and 2 touchdowns, you're done.
Yeah, it was over.
So, it was too bad.
Yeah.
We should backtrack. Let's talk about the Big Ten championship game.
Oh, man.
Took on Penn State, and that was a heck of a game.
That was a game.
There was no defense in that game on either side. Nobody could stop the run. Nobody could stop the pass. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
So where were both of those teams that were playing Ohio State? Because they both did. Ohio State went to both ball clubs, home field. So they went to Penn State and they won by 7.
Yeah.
Go to Oregon, lose by 1. And you were there, I was there.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a game.
That was a
It
game.
came down to the wire. A couple of bonehead moves from Ohio State. They really shot themselves in the foot, and they probably should have won that game, and they're probably right.
Yeah.
Are they the better team? Don't know. They weren't that game.
No.
So they can say whatever they want to.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a heck of a game.
It's going to be a game.
And I almost predict a shootout. I don't think either team is going to be able to stop either team. Ducks had a lot of big plays in that first game. You probably remember that. I mean, Tez Johnson had a couple of crazy catches. And so
I know, and it was such a volatile game.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I expect Dan Lanning to break out everything.
Yeah.
And I also expect Chip Kelly to
Absolutely.
break out everything.
Yep.
So I think this one's going to be probably the best college football playoff game that we're going to have seen. And a lot of people are saying that, they don't think that this is the road to the championship game or the winner of this game is probably going to win it all, but I think they're probably going to win it all.
Yeah.
Whoever takes this game.
Yeah.
And I hope it's the Ducks. I hope they can pull it off.
I do too. I hope so.
Ohio State's going to be ready.
Oh, they are. And like you said, they've got something to prove.
They do.
This is going to be a crazy game. I'm going to be in Indiana. I'm really hoping that I can actually watch the game, but I'm not sure. I might have to just look at it on my phone.
My wife asked me where are we going to watch the game?
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I haven't got that far yet.
But do you know what time it's going to play?
It's at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So that's 5 o'clock
maybe
Eastern
4?
time.
Is it 3 hours in Indiana?
Oh, I think it is now.
Maybe it is.
I think it is 3 hours.
It's the Mississippi River, right?
Yep.
We're doing
It's 3 hours here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not too far off. Are you in Indianapolis or?
No, I'm in Goshen.
I have no idea.
Northern India. Northern India.
So you're way the heck up there.
So I'm way up there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I can watch the game, but yet I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah, you can always just pull it up on your phone and just kind of look at scores.
I'll just watch the score.
Then you don't have to see all the other antics.
Right.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Hopefully I can watch a recap somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be good. So what do you think about the other playoff games? Were you able to?
I haven't followed any of those. It's all I can do to follow the Ducks. It's all I can do to keep up with what's going on.
Everybody that was supposed to win won.
Okay.
So Penn State won. Notre Dame actually won. That was a
right.
good game.
I did know that they won.
They beat Indiana. They beat them by 10. So now they're calling on Georgia, which you better be careful on that one. Although Georgia, their quarterback is out, their starter.
Oh no.
Yeah, he went out in the was it the championship game? Yeah, against Texas. He was going to throw a long bomb before halftime.
Yeah.
and he got hit right when he was throwing, so that elbow's no bueno.
Oh, no.
So now they have the backup quarterback. I don't know if you remember the whole series on that at the very end of that game, but I was watching it, and their backup quarterback, Gunnar Jackson, I think that's the coolest name. Anyways, he goes down, he's going to score a touchdown, and all of a sudden this Texas PD came and drilled him in the head with his helmet. They called targeting, and then they took it away, which I think is very interesting.
Wow.
The guy could have died. I mean, the way he was hit, I mean, I thought that he broke his leg went backwards, and I thought he was touched.
Wow.
So they took that away, and then the quarterback that had his ruined arm, Beck, he handed it off to NTN, and he ran it into the end zone for the win in overtime. I mean, what a game!
Oh man!
But yeah, so there's a lot of hard hitting. There's a lot of suspections, interesting calls going on.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you take that away when it was totally blatant? I mean, that guy got rocked.
Wow.
That's the hardest that I've seen all year.
Interesting.
From anybody. But anyways.
Well, hopefully they go back through, look at replays, and say, yeah, that was targeting. That was a bad call.
I think there's something to be said for that, though. I think that they didn't want anybody in the playoffs to not play.
Yeah.
And so I think that they took that one away because they wanted to be
because he wouldn't be.
He'd be ineligible.
Right.
For the first half.
Yeah.
So.
They're saying, okay.
That's just my theory.
Yeah. That makes
Everything's
sense.
hypothetical.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. There's a lot of things.
Probably. You're probably right.
Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows?
So, Ohio State, Oregon.
Man, this is going to be fun.
If they win, they're playing Texas or Arizona. What do you think about those two?
I think, you know what? I just don't think Arizona State's got the firepower. I think they're really good. Dillingham, the old offensive coordinator for the Ducks, has been down there for 2 years, done a great job. They were picked to finish last.
Oh, really?
The Big 12
this
year. And they won their conference.
Wow.
Championship game.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it is. So he's got Levitt, Sam Levitt, who's their quarterback, went to high school in Portland. And really didn't recruit him. Then he went to Michigan State last year.
Huh.
Then he heard Jonathan Smith was coming. He goes, I'm out. So then he went down and played for Dillingham this year. Started, and he's good.
Wow.
He's like 6'6" and 220.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He's a good player.
Really good.
So we'll see what happens there.
So I have a question. This is single elimination. Whoever's done.
Win it all.
I mean, the crazy thing is that I'm not understanding is you may have the two best teams playing right now, and you're going to eliminate one of them completely out. How does that work when it comes right down to it?
They just started with the 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to keep all the conferences involved here, and I think that they blew it the way that they set this whole thing up. Because when you've got a team that's gone undefeated, won their conference championship, done everything, and really they should have and have earned the right to have the easiest path to the national championship game.
Right.
Well, that didn't happen.
Nope.
That went to the number 2 team, Georgia. And then you could also say that it went to Penn State. They also have a pretty easy road. Granted, Penn State's got to play 4 games in order to get there. But Georgia is the team that really lucked out here just based on the way the seedings are. And the way they did that is they had the conference champions of the different, that are ranked the highest, were the ones that were going to get the 4 byes. So obviously the Ducks, you had Georgia, SEC, but then you had the Mountain West and Boise State. They're number 3 because they were the 3rd highest ranked conference champion, and then you had Arizona State, which was the 4th ranked. Although Arizona State was number 12, and I think Boise State is number 10 in the AP poll. So really, that needs to be eliminated.
Yeah.
And you cannot. I know they were trying to appease all the conferences starting with this playoff, but I think after this year, I think you have to absolutely eliminate that, and wherever you line up is where you need to be, and that's where it needs to be seated.
Exactly.
With the college football playoff, so
Yeah. So where is it? Ohio State. They're
they're number 8 actually, because they've got 2 losses.
Right.
Tennessee was number 9, so I mean, and it makes sense because number 1 plays the winner of 8 or 9. Totally get it.
Right. So I'm thinking
you're not going to play 5 who played 12.
Right.
That's because 5 wins, and then you've got an upper seed. Yeah. But it would have probably behooved the Ducks to play the number 5 seed instead of
number 8.
Yeah. So they really got hosed.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that the
either one
is.
Whoever wins. I mean, if the Ducks win, Ohio State got hosed.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, just because they had 2 losses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting about Ohio State because they were all touting themselves, especially Knowles, their defensive coordinator, after the Duck game, saying, "Oh yeah, we really, buckled down on this and that and the other thing." Well, if you look at their next 3 games after they played the Ducks, they played Nebraska. They barely beat Nebraska at home. I think it was 17-14. And then the next game was very close. I can't remember the other opponent, but I mean, their defense started getting better when they started playing subpar opponents. So congratulations. Purdue 66-0. Okay, well they shut them out.
Well,
And so did us.
certainly
So
hope that the Ducks just play their best game.
it's going to be an even game. I mean, Ohio State has athletes, and the Ducks have athletes,
Right.
and so it's just who's going to make the fewest amount of mistakes, who's going to have the least amount of turnovers. There's going to be some amazing catches, some amazing throws, some amazing runs. You're just going to have it, just because they're so good.
Penalties could.
Penalties are going to be.
That could.
And you also say, okay, who do they want to win?
Well, right. Yeah.
There's always that scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate to bring this stuff up, but we've
I
seen
know.
it time and time again,
Over
and
and
it's
over again.
brutal.
Yeah.
And that's what Ohio State was complaining about at Autzen, that they got some questionable calls, especially on that line. There was an offensive pass interference, and I looked at the replay, and well, guess what? It was offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you complain about it, it's a questionable call. I don't think that it is a questionable call. I think it was the right call.
Right. Right.
It was just untimely for you to make that penalty at that point in time. So.
Well, that's the thing. These guys are playing all out. So there's going to be penalties. I mean, they're amped up.
They're going to hit hard.
They're going to hit hard. They're going to jump the gun. There's going to be some. There's just going to be some issues, some problems.
They're going to get in their face. I mean, it's going to be pretty intense. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely
They're out for
intense.
blood. It's just the way it is. This is
Definitely
a huge
intense.
rivalry now.
Yeah, it is. It's huge.
I think we played Ohio State more in the last, 10 years, and we've played them forever.
Right.
So, but with good competition and good teams comes, great
Absolutely.
rivalries, and you have games of the ages that people will remember for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is going to be one of them.
I'll never forget the one at Autzen Stadium, the Ohio State there. I mean, it was intense.
It was very, very
It was
intense.
And
They were intense then. I think it's going to be even worse now.
Yeah.
The thing with the Rose Bowl, I mean, I've been to a number of them, and the field is an issue. It's natural grass. They water the heck out of it, and they're notorious for having players slip. And we saw when the Ducks went down there and played UCLA. There were a couple of plays there where we had a wide receiver fall down, and there was an interception right at the end of the half because our receiver slipped and fell down. So that's I think that's the worst thing about the Rose Bowl is just the condition of the field and how they just water the heck out of it before the game. I think you let that sucker go dry for 2 days and paint it green.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Whatever you got to do. Yeah.
So, anyways.
What's Autzen? Is it turf?
It's artificial turf, It's got a bunch of rubber on it. If you go down to the field, it's really kind of wild. It's kind of spongy.
Yeah. You can really grip on that. You're not slipping all over the place.
Nah, it should be a good game. But I'm nervous about it. There's no doubt about that. I don't know. I think the players are going to take us a challenge on both sides.
Yep.
And they're going to want to get after it, like we were talking about. So it's going to be intense. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And
Either way, it's pretty impressive how far the Ducks have gone.
Yeah. Well, it's their second undefeated season ever.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's impressive.
Ducks for Dummies is brought to you by Advantage Heating and Air Conditioning, bringing safety, comfort, and peace of mind to the Willamette Valley for over 30 years.